going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So I went up to 300 Granite Street, Manchester, New Hampshire, again, to visit Mr. Tim for a giant hunk of silver. I actually went up there for Canadian maple leafs, but he didn't have any, so I got the biggest chunk of silver he had. It was quite expensive. And I wanted to go up there because I didn't want to pay Uncle Scam. You know what I mean? I didn't want to pay the taxes. So, but I learned from talking to some of the people there that even if you live in Massachusetts, as long as you go to the bullion dealer, like Boston Bullion or whatever, as long as you spend over $1,000, you don't have to pay any tax. Didn't know that. But if you order online, doesn't matter where you order from. If you order over the internet, you have to pay tax. Interesting. But I actually made a video. I went up there last time, and it's impossible to record there because the second you get there, there's a line out the door, and it's like 30 people in a closet, and everybody's talking, the phone's ringing, it's like complete mayhem in there. But I took one of my copper bars, and I stamped Yankee in it, and I stamped WCK, Working Class Knowledge. Yankee was for Yankee Stacking. It's a YouTube channel. I'm a follower. I love what they do. Yeah, anything gold or silver, I would definitely go check out Yankee Stacking. So I took one of my copper bars up to Tim. I gave it to him, and I said, hey, can you give this to Yankee? I'd really like to get you guys' 2 cents on this copper, which I used to have all just kind of sitting right there. But I'll show you. I moved them for a reason. They're kind of I'm using their weight for something. But yeah, I brought up the copper bar, and I'm like, hey, what do you think? And he's like, oh, all of these metals are gonna go through the roof, all of them. Doesn't matter. It's worth holding anything that you have that's precious or industrial metal. And I'm like, cool. Then he gave the bar to Yankee, and Yankee actually gave me a shout out on his channel, which we're gonna go and check out right now. And the coolest part is the comment section. When he shows the bar, because it was a live video, the comment section lit up. It's really, really cool to see. So I think I got my answer just from the comment section. I know there's some people that like, oh, it's too heavy, it's too big, it takes up too much room, and I get that argument, but I'm actually using its weight for something. I show you. All right, we've got safe number 1 with the brass. Also the firearms safe. And then we have safe number 2, which is the money safe. And the safe is about 120 pounds plus 300 pounds of bars in it. This is over 400 pounds. It's extremely hard to even budge. Even just sliding it across this hardwood floor is extremely difficult. And then I have some other interesting items that I'm going to show you. All right, so if you go to Yankee Stacking's YouTube channel and you go to the live videos, the last live video that he just made, it's all the way at the end at timestamp 2 hours and 54 minutes.
Look at this. This will blow your mind.
And watch the comment section here. It's gonna blow up.
Oh my goodness. What do you think of this chunk of copper? Isn't this amazing? First of all, it's stinking heavy. Second of all, it's got my name on it. Isn't that cool? And it's 4.3 pounds of copper. It's smooth too. I love the finish. That is really cool. And it was just someone.
Yeah, look at the comment. That's a lot of pennies. One guy says he can remodel his bathroom. Love poured copper. Beautiful.
I got it. Working class knowledge. That was it. Remember I showed this earlier. Working class knowledge. That's the name of the...
Yeah, some people say I love poured copper. I get that at work. Just takes up space. Yeah, and I get that argument. It takes up space. It does. But you know what? It's kind of like its own security feature because you really don't even have to put it in a safe. I'm actually putting it in a safe just because I can't screw my safe to the floor yet. So I'm using the weight of the copper bars to protect everything else inside. I used to just keep them right there on the shelf. right out in the open. I just put a camera on them and just leave it. Yeah, so Yankee, if you're watching, thank you very much for the shout out. Greatly appreciate it. If you guys are interested in anything that has to do with gold or silver, I would definitely go over and check out Yankee Stacking. I believe he's giving away that copper bar that I gave to him. I believe. He does all kinds of giveaways, so I'd definitely go over there and subscribe. And follow him. Enter into the giveaways. But anyways, I want to look at a couple of charts real quick before we take a look at some silver. Here's the interesting thing. So I never cared about politics. I never did. Like, politics would just drive you insane. But, you know, you see the rich people, you see wealthy people, and you're like, how did they get like that? Well, they know money, correct? This is like one thing that we don't get in school is financial education. We don't learn how the money system works. And I was like, screw that. I want to learn how it works. I want to learn how to chart. I want to learn how to make money with money. And maybe not have to do construction the rest of my life. You know what I mean? And I want to maybe potentially see things coming and protect myself if I can. So I want to look at the US dollar, right? I'm like, yeah, again, I'm trying to keep politics out of this. I just want to follow the money. But the money has led me places. The money has led me to one political side versus the other. I mean, on some things I lean left. Most things I lean right. It should be pretty clear. But, yeah, just everyone wants equality. Everyone wants a fair and just normal life, right? That's what I believe. That's what everybody wants. The problem is there's people at the top that are just not happy with everything. So we look back in time. This is the US dollar. Right, this is back when the US dollar was backed by gold and silver. This is the monthly charts. Every candle here is 1 month. This is how calm and stable our money was back then. Isn't that insane? Look how stable it is. Like, stability is good for people. Right? And then we come off the gold standard and literally all hell broke loose. Look at this. Do you see how the chart exploded? Here's calm right here. And then we have explosions, right? This is not stable. This is all over the place. This is bad. This is real bad. Unless you know money, unless you know charts, unless you can, you know, figure out how to get in and out of this and navigate this area and make a bunch of money. Is what I'm trying to learn how to do. But I've been searching for some sort of hope that things are going to get better. Right? That not everyone's freaking evil on this planet. And it has led me places, and I'm gonna bring you right to the edge of the money rabbit hole. I'm gonna bring you to the door, right? And then from there, it's up to you to step through and keep on walking. But I'm gonna bring you, like, the last couple of years, it's kind of just brought me here, and yeah. Let's go and look at gold and silver real quick on the charts. Let's go down to gold and silver, and copper, for that matter. Yeah, look at this. Copper looked like we got this big drop, and then we started a bear flag, and I thought this was going to drop again and come down to, you know, long-term trend line bounce somewhere down here at like $2.50 and then go back up. You know, we pulled back, we started getting a bear flag, and it broke out to the upside, which is like, what? You see that? We got drop, started to get a bear flag, and then it broke out to the upside, and now it's coming back down for the retest. This thing looks like it could be heading back up. So we're testing the $4 level right now. We broke below, now we're back above the $4 level. So now this $4 level, if it holds that support, we're going higher. Look at silver. What does this look like? Here's a big move up, right, in 2020. And look at this. Like, this is crazy. This looks like a giant bull flag. Like, this is nuts. You go back to like before COVID, and silver was going for like 18 bucks, and I'm here now paying $20, $21. Like, that seems nuts. But this is yeah. This looks like a move up into a bull flag. We're probably going to come down. Maybe we find support right here. That's the thing. Maybe we find support right here. We've got a big level right here. Or we come down and maybe we find support off of this wick. We make a higher low. And then we break through and we're off. Like, we're off. See you later. Gold. Does this not look like a giant move up into some sort of correction for another push up? That's what that looks like to me. So yeah, I haven't bought so much gold. I'm going with silver mostly because I think silver is undervalued and will eventually do pretty good. All right, so let's take a little stroll down the money rabbit hole. So I wanted to understand this stuff and why in the hell? Why are we using this? So back when we were cavemen, we probably just clubbed each other. But I'm saying, like, after that, after we started to become civilized, what did we do? We had gold and silver coins, right? We needed a medium of exchange that let the rest of society know that you weren't a freeloader, that you actually helped provide for society, and that society was in debt to you. And this was just an easy way of, like, you know, and everyone trusted it. Everyone trusted it was gold or silver. It was something real. You know what I mean? And it was something very difficult to just go dig out of the ground. And if you did, well, then you did the work to get it. And now there's more money in circulation. So you deserve the reward for digging it up. Right? But this was money. And then we started getting in, you know, we evolved even more. And, you know, we started using, like, this is from the 1832s, and this was copper. But this was a lower denomination, right? This is 1 penny. So they were using copper as penny. And then we had coins, and we still do. I mean, we have U.S. coins that are still out there in circulation. People are finding them and snapping them up that are 90% silver. So they were made from something real, right? It was real money. And our money was backed by gold and silver in the banks. And we just looked at the charts. You saw how calm and stable our money was back then. But then we came off the gold standard. Well, I mean, you know, then we went to paper money, right? Because this stuff is very heavy to carry around. And we're going to take a look at some silver bars and some ratios between copper, silver, and gold. It's freaking nuts, right? And this is coming to, whoop, yeah, kilo. But yeah, we used to have, you know, this paper money. Paper money came out because it was easier to carry around than all this weight. But it said silver certificate on it. So it was almost like a check, right? Like we write checks today and you give it to somebody. Here's your paycheck. And then you go to the bank and say, hey, I want to cash this for the real money. And you used to get the real money, right? The gold or silver. But then they did away with the whole gold and silver thing. And if you actually go and look, all the central banks, how much gold and silver there is, it's not like it ever went away. There's freaking massive stockpiles of gold and silver. Massive stockpiles. Like disgusting amounts that would make you go, what in the hell? How does that much gold even exist? But it does. But yeah, now you have to have faith. Pretty much that's what you need. You need faith. Because we came off the gold standard and you saw the money system. You saw the charts. It just went to freaking hell. Right? So now you have to have faith. So keep that word in mind. This is another video that Yankee Stacking did. And this is just a little piece of it. And this is the FDIC speaking. Remember the word faith.
Need to know, but I don't think you have much hope of reaching a public that doesn't have a professional need to know.
I completely agree with that. I almost think you'd scare the public if you put this out. Like, why are they telling me this? Should I be concerned about my bank? Like, my insurance company doesn't tell me what they're doing with my assets. They just assume they're going to pay my claim, right? I think you've got to think of the unintended consequences of taking a public that has more full faith and confidence in the banking system than 80 people in this room do. That
Yeah, and they're laughing about it like it's a joke. And this is the FDIC, the ones that are insuring your money and your bank account. Am I going to go rip all the money out of my bank account tomorrow? No. Because I don't believe that we need to. And, this is where the searching for hope stuff comes in. There is a lot of, like, fear, uncertainty, and doubt out there on the YouTubes. But there's also hope out there if you can find it. So that we're going to go look at some of that hopium, I guess some people call it. And actually that hopium led me into, and this might be a smart idea, maybe it's not. You know what I mean? But putting all of your eggs in one basket, is that a great idea? No. Having all of my money in the US dollar, is that a great idea? Maybe not. You know what I mean? So I have like different currencies that I've collected from all over the place. I've got some euros, I've got some Hong Kong dollars, I've got some Kanur, more euros. I've got 2,000 pesos, which is worth like 105 US dollars, I believe, something like that. And then these are the newest additions to the family. These are uncirculated. This is 25,000 Iraqi dinar. And basically, and these bills came with a certificate of authenticity. And here's a really cool one. $100 trillion from the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. And why would I buy something like this? Well, because if you follow Nasara and that whole, the way that they think that the evil is going to be eradicated, they're going to go to jail. There's good people at the top in the different organizations, the FBI, there's good people in the army, and they've been building a case against these evil people for a long time, and when the moment's right, they're going to strike, they're going to take them down, and all of this stuff is going to happen so fast. Central banks are going to shut down, and yeah, it's going to be scary for a little bit, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, you're not going to be able to touch your money, but then after that, there's going to be, we're going to have a new currency backed by gold and silver. Things are going to get stable again. And some of these currencies from around the world, depending on how much gold reserves they have, could dictate how much these bills go up in value. So, like, you have to kind of go look that stuff up for yourself. How much gold does Zimbabwe have? How much gold does Iraq have? How much gold does the United States have? You can kind of go and look that stuff up for yourself and kind of figure out, like, hey, maybe these bills are way undervalued right now and they have quite a bit of gold reserves, and that these could become worth more if their government wasn't oppressing their people by this funny money, which basically says, I promise to, look at this, literally, it doesn't even it says, yeah, I promise to pay the bearer on demand for the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. And is that a giant middle finger right there in the hologram? I promise to pay you. Have faith. All right, so we have met our goal. I had a goal of 100 ounces of silver to start, and then I was going to move off and start buying some gold, but I wanted to get to 100 ounces of silver, and we are sitting at 109.43 ounces of silver as of right now. This is what 100 ounces of silver looks like, just over. Pretty cool. Look at this sexy bitch right here. Oh my goodness. 1 kilo, which this is like a little over 35 ounces on its own. This is a hefty silver certificate of authenticity. This thing is beautiful. That is a sexy bar. It's got like a little hologram sticker right there in the middle, nicely sealed in plastic. And I was able to test this on Tim's special tester machine to confirm that it's real. I like to test everything that I get, regardless. And everything here has been tested by my little acid tester. But yeah, I need 8 more of these 2011s. If anybody's got any 2011 Canadian Maple Leafs, I'm definitely looking for 8 more so I can fill an entire sleeve. So that when I put them in the fireproof bag, they're not, you know, just going all over the place, scratching each other. 2022s. Oh, these are sexy too. Look at those. Ooh, boy. Yeah. These I'm not worried about. These you can get right on SD Bullion's website pretty easily. I might just put these all in individual packs like this, every single coin. Just, yeah. Clean them, put them in those. These are my sterling silver experiments. I melted these, hand poured, hand stamped. And then these I think are the most popular here, the 5-ounce bars, because they're just, you know, it's like 150 bucks. It's an easy starter, get you going, kind of buying some silver kind of thing. You could do it slowly, like 100 here, 150 there, 150 there, you know what I mean? And it adds up kind of quickly. You know, that's 20 ounces right there. And these little guys. Then we move over to the 10-ounce bars. We got the Wall Street Mint bar. But here's the crazy thing, right? This one just came in too. Literally just came in the mail. This is a 10-ounce Royal Canadian Mint. But you notice it's 4 9s pure. All of the coins are 4 9s pure. Even the kilo bar is only 3 9s pure. Kilo bar, 3 9s. These little Italy bars, 3 9s. These are 925s, only 1 9. Yeah, but look at the size difference here. This is the thing that's concerning to me. Do you see the size difference here? The Wall Street Mint bar is only slightly thicker than the Royal Canadian Mint bar. And there is a huge size difference here. It's not only longer, but it's wider. And the thickness, again, is not that different. So how is that? If anybody knows, please let me know in the comments. Like, is it because it's 4 9s pure that it's bigger? Like, I don't know. Maybe this has other crap metals in it that makes it heavier, so the bar is smaller, and because this is more pure, it's a little bit lighter because it has less crap metals in it. I don't know. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. But I think I am going to bring this into one of my local bullion dealers and have them test this. I want to get a second opinion on this just in case, because everything else here has tested the same on my acid tester. This is the only one that tested a little bit different. I'm not getting the same exact color, but that acid tester is really inaccurate and just kind of crude. And it's hard to read, honestly. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to go get a second opinion, I think. But you want to see something crazy. Why do we use gold and silver as monetary metals? Well, here it is. So, roughly speaking, this coin and this copper bar are worth the same amount of money as of today. This little gold McNugget here is worth over 5 times what that coin is worth. and it's worth over 5 times what that copper bar is worth. And it's tiny. Goes to show you how rare this stuff is, right? Then we compare silver, right? Let's put, oh, look at that. 1 kilo. 1 kilo of silver on top of 5.4 pound copper bar. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so this 1 silver bar right here is worth roughly the same amount as all of that. 3 rows, like 50 something bars in there, 54 bars. Yeah, that's crazy. So I realize now, like years later, like what in the hell was I thinking? $380 for this, 3 ounces of silver that's gold plated, and then $200 for this, which is 1.5 ounces of silver. So 4.5 ounces for like $600. Yeah, and that was after Macy's had the sale, and an extra kicker and a 25%. And if you do this, we'll give you 120% off, but you're still paying $380. For a couple $100 more, I could have got this. 35 plus ounces of silver. That's where it's at right there. This is jewelry to me. I'm just gonna attach this to this. Yeah, bling bling. But the Royal Canadian Mint, man, like they really do a nice job. You see the serial number on this? It's like etched in after the fact. It's like Royal Canadian Mint. Looks like it was part of the initial process, which is really cool. How they have these raised polished edges and like matte backgrounds, and then got the little polished thingy in the middle there. It's really, really cool. Definitely going to get a second opinion on this, though. I'm going to go get this tested again from another bullion dealer sometime this week. I know it's real, but just so I can sleep at night. But anyways, here's some resources. And don't take it like this is what I believe is going to happen 100%, because that's not what I'm saying. And first off, before we go to that, I wanted to look up reserves, right? Like around the world. Here's silver reserves, and Russia is actually sitting in first place with 45,000 metric tons of silver. Mexico in second, Australia in third. US is sitting with 23,000 metric tons. Then we go to gold. Yeah, you see a big difference. Look at Canada's got 0. What? That's interesting. You go to the top, United States, 8,133 tons of gold. That's crazy. But yeah, this is why if you go through some of these, and you see Iraq has 130 tons. Like there's places that have a lot of gold. So if paper currencies get backed by actual gold again, I do think currencies from other countries could go way up in value. And if you're into Nasara and all of this stuff, like these are some good resources to go check out. The originalmarkz.com, right? He does podcasts every single day. This guy's been researching this stuff for years and years and years. Like, I know there's been people saying that this is going to happen for the last like 20 years, and it hasn't happened yet. But you know, and again, I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I am just trying to get as many different viewpoints as I can and try to prepare myself either way for whatever's coming down the pipeline. Whether it's central bank digital currency, whether it's a new US dollar backed by gold, or whether they're coming after us and they just want to kill us all. I don't know. So I'm just looking for a little bit of hope here. That's it. And then you can go to YouTube and research or look this guy up. Dr. Scott Young. He does a really good job in his videos explaining NESARA, which is the National Economic Security and Recovery Act from 1990. But it's a conspiracy theory, which, yeah, You know what it is. If they're saying it's conspiracy theory, it's probably true. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this one. Make sure you subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. See you in the next one. What in the hell? Nancy Pelosi, what are you doing here? Get out of here.